Can you hear me?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me well?
I can hear you.
What happens if I do this? Hello?
You sound the exact same.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Well, should we just hop straight into it then? No
Yeah.
formal greeting, no handshake, no kiss
Well,
on the mouth.
they kiss on the mouth in Europe, don't they?
I think so. I think it's cheek to cheek, one on the left, one on the right, and then a handshake. That's pretty customary, isn't it? A lot of mobsters do that.
That's pretty homosexual.
Kind of fruity if you ask me.
Over here, we
Maybe I'm
just
just
kiss on the lips.
insecure. Yeah.
Over here,
Over
we just
here we
kiss on
just
the lips.
French kiss.
Yeah.
How's this, right? Apparently, if you get your uvula removed, a lot of people have to have surgery to get their uvula removed. They can't
What?
make the like r sound or the no, I think it's the oh sound.
Oh,
So
oh,
if a
oh,
French
like a.
person were to remove their uvula, they'd be cured. They couldn't speak their own language. There's a cure.
It's a cure to being French. God.
Oh
Maybe
God.
that's the real actually that's probably not a good joke to make.
Off the
Talking about
record though, we should go around removing French people's uvulas.
yeah.
Is it uvula or is that a part of the female
Avila.
anatomy?
I That's what I was thinking. I'm actually
Ah, it's all Latin, it's all the same.
uvula. Nah, it's uvula. A
Is that the
fleshy
little
extension at the
dangly
back of
thing?
the soft palate which hangs above the throat. Yeah.
What are you talking about uvula? What's all these fancy names? I just know it's a little dangly thing at the back of my throat.
Yeah, when I'm bored, I just turn my tongue around and play with it.
You're about people that they swallow their tongue and and just die. Like that's a thing apparently. You
Do you swallow your tongue?
I don't know, man. I heard that in like grade 4, and I've been scared of swallowing my own tongue for like my whole life, ever since I heard that.
I don't
That
think that's
not
possible.
you?
I think someone's lying. I'll try that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, well, apparently you die if that's the case.
That's just a conspiracy against tongue swallowers.
Yeah,
Anyway,
very
this is
tragic.
an F1 podcast.
Ah, well, what were we talking about before this?
We're talking about R
R
factors.
factor.
So Brandon and I are playing R factor because we've moved on. Fuck EA. We've moved on from their arcadey bullshit and
To
are now in the realism game. Watch out, we are coming for the 2024 Le Mans Virtual.
Yeah, I don't think we'd ever qualify. I don't think we'd even get close to qualifying, actually. It's
Uh,
very it's
I
very
think
surprising how many times a person can fuck up a corner like in a row consecutively. Like you'd think that if you in a particular corner, if you mess it up the first time, you'd sort of adapt to it and try something else the second time. Not me.
you take the corner
Ah,
faster. I go faster.
yeah, and
Well,
everything is the AI's fault. It's never my fault. It's never our fault. It's always the AI's fault. But yeah, we're trying our luck at R Factor, which is a fun game, but like, man, the multiplayer is just so shit. Like, you actually in Australia, or just for other people, obviously you know this, but you have to buy a server or you have to create your own dedicated server, which is like you have to port forward your modem and oh, it's just such a hassle. Go through all the
it's
command prompts. It's just not worth it.
it's honestly ridiculous how much sim racing devs don't understand fucking games.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's
Like
not
it
a
is stupid.
game, Tyron. It's a
No,
simulation.
but it's a fucking game. You're selling a
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Like
Well, if you can buy it on the Steam
99%,
store,
99% of people are not fucking sim racers. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're catering your game. You like I get that they're catering the game to sim racers, but the
yeah.
average person is the main part of the audience. How are you not going
That's
to make a game that's dedicated to making their experience as easy as possible? Not fucking for one, not selling all these tracks and shit at massive markups when other games do it for free.
Yeah, that's another thing. All these iRacing games and stuff selling like individual tracks for $20. Like, come on, you
It's criminal.
serious?
It literally is criminal. Like I don't under it's the worst part of the racing, like uh,
Sphere, the
yeah,
sim racing
sphere.
sphere.
Because
Yeah,
either you get fun games that are flawed, like Gran Turismo or Forza, or what's another one? Like the Crew.
F121,
Yeah, like
F122,
yeah,
F123,
where they're good
F124.
games, but they've got their flaws, right? Or you get these
Yeah.
ultra realistic sims that don't even know how to be a fucking video game.
Yeah, there's sort of no middle ground, but we were saying like we tried racing the Formula One cars in R Factor, which it's not their forte. It was a third party mod to be fair, but it just
Mm.
goes to show like you got to give a little bit of credit to EA because their Formula One game handles extremely well. But I guess that's the whole point of it. Like it is a Formula One game. R Factor's a would you call it like a sandbox? It sort of does everything.
Sort
But
of, but
yeah,
it's still a game, and I don't know. After coming, like I didn't really like F123 at first because there was so many flaws with it, especially with
yeah.
Logitech wheels.
Yeah.
I DNF 16 races in a row
Oh my
because
God. I'm
the
pretty
game
sure
could
we
not handle.
mentioned that. Yeah.
The
Like,
game could not, it would not handle. It sucked to drive. You'd spin out every corner. If you accelerated too quick, the wheel would just fuck out. It was an awful experience, and they fixed it.
no, you're just shit.
I'm
You're
better than you now.
Oh, well. But yeah,
So
like,
yeah, I don't know. The
nah,
fucking
I,
sim racing app, like whoever, all these people need to figure out how to make a fucking game. I said apparently Assetto Corsa 2 is coming out next year.
well, I asked Reddit because I was trying to make the dedicated server on my network, and I was like, nah, fuck this. I asked Reddit, and apparently there's a beta that they put out called the release client or something. I don't know what that means, but now you can, oh yeah, get this right. You can host an R Factor race like online through their game, which is the bare minimum. But I didn't mention this actually. You have to pay for time.
What?
Yeah, so get this, right? If we want to do a 6 hours of Le Mans or a 6 hours of Spa, you actually have to pay to race for those 6 hours. So you have to pretty much hire out the 6 hours for real world money.
That is bullshit.
So
Imagine if they pulled.
after we're done with this podcast, we'll make a server on R Factor, and I'm gonna have to pay. I think it's like $1.60 for an hour. It's so shit,
What?
but that's the only way to
Um,
do it for that game, and
um,
that's yeah,
imagine if like COD did that.
yeah. Well, yeah. COD was talking about like if you expel your magazine and you're out of ammo, they
No, that was
flash like a pop
Battlefield.
up. That was Battlefield. You flash a
Battlefield.
pop up for a quick
Yeah,
recharge. You got to pay a couple bucks.
it was the same fucking dude that just pulled all the Unity stuff.
That was the dude, yeah. He got
Yeah,
fired
same.
from Activision or something,
Yeah,
didn't
and he
he?
just got in, and he just retired from Unity.
What a fucking knob. What a goomba. What an idiot.
Mm.
Ah, oh
And it's
well.
just a shame because like the games that want to be able to just like, just plug in and play because
Yeah.
apparently sim racing devs don't understand that concept.
Yeah.
Are just like, look at the recent Forza release. It runs like shit on PC.
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. I went into that
And
game with an open mind. The more I play it and the more I hear about it, the more I dislike it.
mm,
It's the graphics are worse than previous titles. Um, the whole upgrading your car, like if you want to tune your car, you actually have to drive the car to level it up. You can't just adjust your brake bias off the fly.
2 to 4
It's,
hours of gameplay per car. There's like
yeah,
400 cars in the game.
to unlock the tuning capabilities. You
Yeah.
can't just mess around with a car and then leave it and move on to the next one. You
Seriously,
have to, yeah, you have to, it's ridiculous.
if they don't fix that in the next couple months, that game will
Yeah.
have no players left.
The AI is garbage. There's very, oh, I don't want to, there's very few tracks. I think maybe that's a licensing thing, but there's only a couple of tracks, which is not great.
To be fair, they've got the ones that matter though. Like
You got Spa and
realistically,
Le
you got
Mans.
Spa, you got Le Mans, you got Silverstone, which not many games actually get.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got Brazil, I
And
think.
those tracks are done well. Yeah, they do have Sao Paulo, but like I was
Yeah.
watching a thing on Reddit today of someone driving a NASCAR at Le Mans, and it's pitch
Mhm.
black and it's pouring rain, and it just looks so nice.
Yeah.
But I wish the game played nice.
And like the other one that they've nailed the driving. Like honestly, out of all games, the driving in Gran Turismo probably feels the best
Does it?
that I've ever played. The driving in it is phenomenal. Everything else about the game is pretty average.
Yeah, but it's an
There's
exclusive.
yeah, like it's PlayStation only. There's no um career. The career is just
Yeah,
I'll do this race with this car. It's not
yeah.
really fun.
Oh,
Um, but the tracks are all amazing. The AI is
yeah,
dog shit.
yeah,
Online is a mess because what
yeah.
happens is you overtake someone, they just knock you off the track.
Online's always a mess, though, to be fair, with all these games.
Yeah, and it's just grindy. Like,
Yeah, you don't want that.
nah,
You want to play a racing game to race, not level
yeah,
up or do some Diablo shit. You want to just
yeah.
race.
Seriously, like if a racing game can come out where it just gets the driving well, has passable AI, doesn't even have to be good AI, just
Man,
decent AI,
the
um,
AI. Yeah, go on, sorry.
easy to play multiplayer, and just a, a couple cars, like just a
Yeah,
different variation of cars, it will kill the competition.
yeah, I agree. I honestly think I think the closest thing to that is either Assetto Corsa. It's super cheap. You've got a
Yeah.
bunch of mods, but the cars don't handle too great and the AI is dog shit.
Mm,
But R Factor 2, man, the AI in that game is phenomenal. Like they spin out, they fuck
mm.
up, they hit each other. They're super aggressive. You can adjust the aggressiveness. Probably the best racing AI that I've seen so far. That's why I want to get it to work so bad because it's so much better in that regard. But
And
yeah.
and and I'm gonna give F123 a lot more props because the AIs can be all right sometimes.
Mm,
Like recently they've been pretty good actually. When we were playing and we turned up the difficulty a fair bit. They
yeah.
actually overtake, they defend like fucking assholes, but
Yeah.
it's still fun and like the ease of access to getting online and just playing like two-player career mode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
easy. So easy
Yeah.
and it's so good.
That's true. That is true. Well, I guess we've got one thing to look forward to, and that's the Le Mans game, the actual
Mm,
WEC game that
yeah,
comes out, I think, at by the end of the year.
let's hope it's good.
Yeah. It's just an endurance racing game, I think. I don't think it's just Le
Mm.
Mans. But yeah, that should be good.
Um,
Ah,
well, that's the racing part.
anyways.
That's racing games.
Yeah, well, should we get into the F1 stuff?
Yeah. What have you got?
Well, fuck all happened this week, so should we call it a wrap? Right, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, it was a slow week, but there's still a bit of news. I want to start off with this is fucking hilarious. Daniel Ricciardo. I don't know if you've seen this, but Daniel Ricciardo has been made an honorary colonel of the state of Kentucky.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
I don't know. I think it's just like, how people get the key to the city and stuff like that. I think it's just like a
Yeah.
little funny title.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a colonel. Honorable David Joseph Ricardo is commissioned a Kentucky colonel. I hereby confess this honor with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto. Ricardo, yeah. That's cool as.
Yeah. The owner of
Colonel
KFC
Ricardo.
now.
Yeah, he's a colonel. He's got the next Red Bull seat. God,
Yeah.
big week.
What's gonna happen with so like there must be so much pressure on Sergio Perez's back.
Yeah.
What's the bet he
Well,
just has a mental breakdown and drives straight through the field the next race.
Well,
You know
yeah,
how when
let's.
you know how when like I get pissed off in F1 23 and you're nah,
Oh,
fuck
nah, fuck this,
you.
fuck this. And you just send it into a barrier.
Yeah, and try and take out as
Wow,
many cars as
yeah.
possible.
Man, well, let's get the Perez news out of the way because every podcast we've got some sort of Perez Red Bull
Mm.
news. I reckon he's out. I would put money on him being kicked out by the end of the season.
Well,
Honestly,
everything
yeah,
kind of sounds like exactly how it did just before Daniel Ricciardo got announced to be joining AlphaTauri.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
how there's
Well,
rumors coming out. They're saying if Perez doesn't perform, Ricciardo's going to be in the seat. Ah,
if
not
DeVries
Perez.
doesn't
Perez saying fucking
perform,
Horner
yeah.
saying all this. Marco has just been on a warpath against Hispanics.
I there was so many quotes that he had like on in the news. I've just blocked them all out because he says so much shit, man. All he does is talk shit. So
It's
I've got nothing from him. But
like it just
yeah,
sounds so similar to how it did just before Ricardo got announced
yeah.
to be joining AlphaTauri. So I will not be surprised at all if once the season ends, we get a bit closer to next year, but they'll be like, oh, Sergio Perez not in Red Bull anymore.
Well, do you know how you remember how I sent you that rumor that he was looking to retire?
Yeah,
And you're like, oh, it's apparently it's fake, it's all bullshit. Um, I mean, like you said, with DeVries, there was all deny, 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 and it happened anyways. And last year, the Ferrari team principal, Bonotto, he had a fucking stinker of a year at Ferrari, and there was a rumor that he was going to get fired. Ferrari deny, deny, deny. Guess what? Ended up getting fired. So,
mm,
I mean, it happens all the time. Obviously, they don't want to. There's got to be merit somewhere to be making those rumors in the first place.
yeah,
And there's just so many. I think I've got a report here. It's a rumor put out by a news source. Everything's a rumor at this point, but it says if Perez doesn't finish the world championship in second place, Ricardo gets it in 2024.
mm,
I don't know. I think he's already got it personally. I mean, you've got Red Bull Instagram posting photos of Max and Daniel, and Daniel's in the Red Bull suit almost every day. He's
yeah. I know he's
driving the
driving around
RB7.
Nashville.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's they put out an Instagram post of him saying like welcome back almost, you know?
Yeah,
I think he's gone, man. I think they're just waiting for the Mexican GP to be sort of a last hurrah for Perez because it's his home race.
but like,
Whether, yeah, I don't know. I think he's gone.
do you reckon he gets another seat
They could put him in AlphaTauri, but would you
or whatever they're
rather,
calling it next year?
yeah, Toro Rosso AlphaTauri? Would you? I don't know. You tell me. Would you put Lawson instead of to take Ricardo's seat, or would you
How
put
old is
Perez to take
Sergio
his seat?
Perez?
Um, Man, he's been in the sport for like a decade.
He's 33.
Only.
Yeah,
He's only 33. Man, that's 10 years off me.
yeah,
That's
wow.
crazy.
Um,
Sergio Perez rookie year. What
see, it's
time?
kind of hard to say because, like, I don't think this year is a reflection of how good a driver he is.
Yeah.
I think it's more a mental game with himself.
Yeah. Well,
And it was
you're not
Miami
wrong.
that just crushed him.
Yeah.
He started off the season pretty shit hot. For a while, he was number one, only for like 4 races, but whatever. He had genuine pace on Verstappen at Baku. Everyone's like, is he going to pull a Rosberg? Is this going to be a Rosberg kind of year?
Yeah.
And then Verstappen went, hold my beer, slapped him silly,
Oh,
and then
my
went, don't,
fucking boxing gloves.
yeah, fucking gave him a backhand slap with a receipt
Yeah,
and said,
bro.
get fucked. You're nowhere near my level and won
Yeah,
11
bro.
races in a row.
Yeah. Well, the guy was winning races at the start of the season,
But like
you know?
genuinely, too, it wasn't just Verstappen fucking out. He was faster than Verstappen in Baku.
Well, I mean, it goes to show like how far he's dropped off because I was just reading today, Verstappen has only dropped 41 points since the season began. That's the total of points he's missed that he could have gotten is 41.
That's ridiculous.
What?
That's like a race win in a second place.
Bro, you can't go up against the man. He's a machine. He's a robot. That's ridiculous. That's
Yeah.
8.7% of the total available points, by the way. Like
Mm.
total everything. I'd get why Perez is stressed. I get it. I would be too. I mean that Red Bull seat's notorious anyways. I mean you had Vettel in there. Yeah, you had to go up against Vettel. You have to go up against Verstappen now.
Mm.
It's just a hard job. And I think, Perez has been in, I was just reading, since 2012, and 33 is getting up there for a driver. It is,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So I think it's just time to go.
Especially for a driver that's not he's a race winner, but he's not like world championship material.
Doesn't seem like it. And I think the only thing that's causing that is the fact that he just unfortunately cracks under pressure.
Yeah.
Ah,
And this
well,
Red Bull seat has like this constructors was just Verstappen.
yeah, pretty
They could have had
much.
one car on the grid the whole time. They would have still been winning the fucking world title.
It just shouldn't be this close.
No.
He did win
And
some races,
and
but it
like
just shouldn't be this close.
what's his qualifying at the moment? It's something stupid. He hasn't made Q3.
Yeah, he hasn't made Q3 in a fair amount of races.
Sergio Perez qualifying results. Here we go.
What do we got?
I'm just trying to get it now because it's on fucking Sky Sports. Their website's useless. Doesn't
Sky
even
Sports,
load.
eh?
Right, so what's he come? Second in Bahrain, one Saudi, fifth in Oz. I remember that because what was he had like
He had
he
a mistake
crashed
in
in like Q2 or
qualifying.
something.
Yeah.
One Baku, second in Miami, 16th in Monaco. He crashed in Monaco, didn't he?
No, he won
Fourth,
Monaco.
no, last year he won Monaco.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
No,
Yeah.
21 he won Monaco. Not even last year, came second last year. Fourth in Spain, sixth in Canada, third in Austria, sixth in Britain, third in Hungary, second in Belgium, fourth in Netherlands, second in Italy. So he had a good stretch where you're like, okay, yeah, he's doing all right. And
Yeah.
then recently, Singapore eighth, Japan DNF, the funniest fucking race I think I've ever watched.
Yeah.
And Qatar, yeah, Qatar was kind of his last like straw.
Japan was my tipping point for sure.
Japan was ridiculous.
That was just depressing to watch. I
It was
like Perez. I
so
really
funny.
like Perez. I have a Perez fucking cap. I bought one
Mm.
last year. I was like, yeah, Perez, fuck yeah. And it just sucks to see how far he's dropped off.
But just look at these like qualities, right?
Mm,
Bahrain second. Oh, so he
yeah.
started. This is where he's finished on the grid. Bahrain second, Saudi
Mm,
first. He won that race. Australia fucked out in Q1 20th, came fifth. Amazing result. Baku started third, won. Miami started first, came second. And then look at this. Monaco 20th, Spain 11th, Canada 12th, Austria 15th, Great Britain 15th, Hungary 9th, Belgium 2nd, Netherlands 7th, Italy 5th, Singapore 13th, Japan 5th, and Qatar 20th.
yeah. It
He's
just
missed
seems like
it.
he's degrading more and more the longer the season
One,
goes.
two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. No, he's only made Q1 9 times in that rocket shit.
You mean Q3?
Q3, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Suzuka is the tipping point for me. Guy's got a kid. He's married. He's 33, which
Mm,
is all. He's getting up there for a driver. It's just time. Like Red Bull. I think they might want to try something else, and I
yeah,
get that. That's cool. But
don't blame him.
enough talk about Sergio. Oh, they've got Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen Funko Pops coming out.
Oh, yeah, I saw them.
Um,
Pretty cool, hey?
buy the Perez ones because I don't reckon. I reckon they'll discontinue him in a couple of weeks. They'll probably skyrocket in price. Is that how it works usually?
Oh, sometimes.
Yeah,
I don't know. I stopped buying them ages ago.
yeah, yeah. Speaking of shit runs, Lance Stroll, since the summer break, has
Oh
scored
yeah.
0 points. Zero in Netherlands, zero in Monza, zero in Singapore, zero in Suzuka, and zero in Qatar. Get that guy out, man. Get him out.
Yeah. Well,
Get him the
Lawrence
hell
Stroll
out.
apparently wants to sell the team now. I
Yeah,
don't
to
know.
the
There's
Saudis.
yeah, fucking Alonso's talking shit about him now.
Yeah. At the start of the season, Alonso was like, "Yeah, Lance, he could be a championship winner.
Yeah.
He's so good." Now he's just
Yeah.
talking shit. Get him out.
Oh,
Alonso's notorious for just jumping ship, so I reckon put him in the Red Bull seat. That'd be gnarly. That'd be
oh,
crazy.
could you imagine?
That'd be insane. I reckon he'd give Verstappen a good run for the money.
Fucking
Did you see him? I think it was in Qatar. He's big brain. He's got a few wrinkles in that brain. It's not all smooth because he was during the sprint shootout, I think it is, he was like purposely um braking on his grid spot to try and leave a bit of grip there from the rubber from his tires. So when it
oh,
gets
what?
eventually to the race, he's got more grip than everyone else because he's already put a bit of grip on there from the tire off his the
So he's
rubber off
trying to
his
do like a
tires.
little burnout.
Yeah, just to get a little bit of grip on there. So when the race comes around, he's got more traction.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah.
have a
I
good
haven't
start?
can't remember. Can't remember,
Yeah,
man. But I thought I'd mention that because I thought it was big brain stuff, you know?
he's big brain. Well, he clearly knows how to drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two-time world champion.
Yeah, Fernando Alonso.
Pretty good.
Valtteri Bottas raced in the Belgian waffle ride, came second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an 82.4 mile course. He's so funny. He's just living his best life
He
outside of
really is,
F1.
eh? You got to give him so much props. He's just earning
Yeah.
fucking massive amounts of money and just having fun, doing all the shit he loves.
Well, after he left Mercedes, that was such a stress on him, apparently. He developed like an eating disorder, just massive amounts of anxiety going up against Hamilton.
Hmm.
And he's now in Alpha and he's just having a blast. He's taking
Yeah.
nudes of himself lying in creeks. He's getting mullets done. Yeah. He's more
Oh, good on him.
Australian than Ricardo.
He seems it, eh?
Ricardo's more American than Australian. Kentucky Colonel.
Fucking
Ah,
Colonel Ricardo.
well, that's about it for this week. Apart from the ex-Formula One boss, Bernie Ecclestone admits to fraud. He's getting sued for 650 mil, but
Yeah, what
that's all
was all
right.
that? I didn't, I saw it and I was like, oh, that's interesting, and just didn't read into it anymore.
Yeah, I just saved it. I didn't read it. Let me pop it up. He used to be the boss of F1. He's a bit of a prick. Sky News, fuck off. He's avoided jail after pleading guilty to fraud over a failure to declare 400 million euro held in a trust in Singapore to the government. Um, Ecclestone, who turns 93 later this month, was sentenced to 17 months in jail, suspended for 2 years at Southall Crown Court. Billionaire has made a £652.6 million payment to HM Revenue, covering his tax affairs over 18 years. He's not doing his taxes. He's not doing his returns.
I mean, I respect a man that doesn't pay his taxes.
We support tax evasion. Just saying.
100%. See a Stonks Network will gladly assist you in tax evasion.
Yeah. But that's about it for this week. Yeah, not much news, but we've got
Yeah.
Austin next week, which should be fun. But
Hmm.
I thought we could have a little silly goofy time and just do a quick Formula One true or false because of the lack
Yeah,
of news this week.
I'm down.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, hit me with it.
So there's 15 questions. We got to get at least half this. This is either going to be embarrassing as fuck or impressive as fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's start this. First one. Toro Rosso got a win before Red Bull. True or false?
True.
I'll say true as well. I doubt it's true, but
I don't know. Yeah, I'm going with true.
okay. Oh, it doesn't tell me till the end. Okay. L- Lewis Hamilton has only lost one championship in the hybrid era. True or false?
What?
It's
There's
false.
Rosberg. That's false.
Yeah.
Rosberg and Verstappen.
Yeah, it's false. We're still in the
Yeah.
hybrid era till 26. Wait, when was this made? Oh, correct. After the 20. Okay, we're good. We're good. Wait, did Hamilton did he win 21 or did he lose 21?
Uh, what year was the
Abu Dhabi 2021.
Latifi gate?
Yeah, Latifi Gate. We fucking lost it.
It
Shut
was
up.
2020,
Team
wasn't it?
LH. Yeah, 2021. Team LH. Fuck off. He lost that championship. Idiots. True or false? Ferrari has competed in every single championship. That's true, man. Surely.
What do you mean competed in every single championship?
Well, I mean, since the birth, wouldn't you think? Since
I
the
don't no, I think that's false. I think they're the longest running team, but I don't think it's true.
Okay, okay. We'll put that down as false then. Okay. Number four, 39 different people have won a Drivers' World Championship.
That sounds about right.
Ooh.
What
Okay.
F1's been around since what, like the 30s?
Yeah, but then you've got like runs like Hamilton and Schumacher.
39
That
sounds about right though.
you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do true for that. I reckon false, but we'll put true down.
Yeah, well, I'm
Um,
always right.
Michael Schumacher and Jensen Button have started the exact amount of races, the exact same amount of races. Nah, false,
No,
surely.
false.
The UK has won both the most drivers' world championships as well as the most constructors' championships. UK as a country. Um, we got
False?
Williams. Uh,
Williams are the most successful team in F1.
I bet it's back in the day, though, like all the British drivers from back in the day that no one really talks about that probably makes up that statistic. I'll say yes.
And then McLaren? Yeah,
Yeah, oh,
yes.
McLaren, yeah, McLaren,
Yeah.
true. McLaren, Williams. Are there any other British
BMW.
manufacturers?
Oh no, they're German, never mind.
Is Braun British or are they?
No.
I'm pretty sure they're British. There's at least one. A driver has started an F1 race before he was 18. True
I
or
think
false?
Verstappen had his first race
Yeah.
before he had his driver's
Dude,
license.
Verstappen was like 16 and he
Yeah.
was the youngest, but there was also like a couple people under the age of 18 that have started races. That's definitely true. Question number 8. Schumacher has the highest percent of wins per season.
I think that is true.
Yeah, that's true, I reckon. And last one, 4 people have won their debut race. True or false? What do you reckon?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I'll say that's true as well. Surely. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we got four right. We answered 10. Oh
Oh,
no, we answered 15 and we got
come,
4 right.
come to us
Fuck.
for your F1 news.
Racing podcast.
Racing podcast. All
So
right, what did we
Toro
get wrong?
Rosso, they did win before Red Bull. Got
Yeah,
their first win in 2008 with Vettel. Yeah.
that's what I was
And
thinking too. Yeah,
yeah, I don't fucking know, man. Lewis Hamilton has only lost one championship in the hybrid era. That is false. He lost to Rosberg in 2016 and Verstappen in 21.
yeah, we nailed that.
And Ferrari has competed in every championship. I fucking told you. What did I say?
Fuck you. How about
Nah. 39 different people have won a Drivers' World Championship. That's false.
that? How many is it?
34. So close.
Oh, it's fucking picking hairs.
Schumacher and Jenson Button have started the exact same amount of races. That's actually true. They
Wow.
both have started 306 races. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it.
Hasn't Schumacher been around since like 92?
Yeah, well, he raced with Senna. He
Yeah.
fucking in the race when Senna died. Um, the UK has won they've won the most championships and
Yeah.
constructors. A driver has started an F1 race before he was 18. Yes, that's true. Verstappen started in 2015 when he was 17. Jeez. What were you
You
doing when you
know,
were 17?
fucking smoking bongs and I don't
Playing Legos.
know. Yeah.
I
Fuck, what was I doing at 17? I don't even remember.
was playing Legos and watching Star Wars. I
Yeah.
didn't even like fucking motorsport
Probably
when I was
just discovered
17.
like that's actually a lie. I'd been jacking off for a few years by that point. I
um,
was just locked in my room.
um, Michael Schumacher has the highest percent of wins per season. That's incorrect. His
Who is it?
highest is 72.2%, while Alberto Ascari got 75% in
Don't even
1952.
don't even know who that
Yeah.
is.
He also was tied with who is it? Is it Vettel with the most wins before Verstappen surpassed that record? He was tied with Vettel.
Ah, yeah, I
9,
don't know.
wasn't it? 9
Yeah.
wins.
Mhm.
And last question, 4 people have won their debut race. We said true. That's actually false. 3 people have won their debut race.
Ah,
Ah,
well, we are
well, we're
still the
shit.
number one in F1 news and podcasting.
Oh,
Mainly because we're not British.
lie? All right.
Oh,
Yeah, OBS.
right.
What is it? What's the program the scummy company makes? Zoom cut out
Zoom.
because you're only allowed 40 minutes and you have to wait 9 minutes to start another meeting. So we're recording in another program now. But yeah, that's it, people.
Yeah, we're not British.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe
Uh,
they stink.
tune in next time where we throw rocks at oncoming traffic. Okay. Bye. Bye.
See you,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Sea of Skunks.